Mayor Ted Wheeler announcing new details on a plan to face the gun violence that's happening all across the city. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bonnie SILKMAN. The mayor's highly anticipated public safety plan calls for adding 300 staff members to the police bureau over the next 3 years. 200 would be armed officers, 100 would be unarmed community safety specialists. To entice applicants, Mayor Wheeler is proposing a signing bonus of up to $25,000 to the first 50 recruits. He's also calling for new steps to retain officers and rehire officers who recently retired. The proposal also calls for equipping officers with body cameras and reforming police education and training. Fox 12's BRIDGET CHAVEZ spoke with a victim of gun violence tonight about these new plans and shares her reaction.
Tracy Carman says a proposal like this should have come a long time ago. She tells me she's a casualty of defunding the police. She was shot back in July and the bullet shattered her lower left leg. More than 1,000 shootings have ravaged the streets of Portland so far this year. Among the survivors of the gun violence is Tracy Carman.
Prayers and wishes only get you so far, and so actually having something coalesce and having something in print or in, released to the media and having this big discussion, is what it should have happened a long time ago.
Carman was shot in July in downtown Portland. She says a group of men tried to grab her, and when a friend defended her, one of the men punched him. That's when another person stepped in to try to help and fired warning shots into the sky. But one of the men returned fire, hitting her in the leg.
If there were more on the ground at that night and maybe in the area, then they could have caught these people.
Months later, the person who shot her still hasn't been caught.
My lead detective on my case was she headed up that unit that got chopped in July. And so it was devastating to her because now she's trying to work with, both her arms tied behind her back.
Carman is referring to the gun violence reduction team that was cut in 2020. She says hopefully with the mayor's new proposal, crimes like hers won't go unsolved.
My detective's been so brilliant and amazing and concerned and always available. So, they are doing a lot with the amount of resources that they have. They just, they need quite a bit more.
The Portland Police Association's new president, Sergeant Aaron Schmatz, released a statement in response to the mayor's plan, saying in part, quote, "I'm encouraged to see the conversation shift toward public safety and a renewed commitment to invest in staffing the Portland Police Bureau. It's a good start and a step in the right direction in remedying the critical staffing shortage."
You can't be an ostrich and stick your head in the sand. And so I think the people have spoken, and now it's time they just actually need to get something tangible on the ground. So actually, I applaud that very much.
If you know anything about Carman's case, you're asked to contact Crime Stoppers of Oregon. They're offering up to $2,500 cash for any information that leads to an arrest. In Northwest Portland, BRIDGET CHAVEZ, Fox 12 Oregon.